In today's video, we're managing Mercedes without Lewis Hamilton. We're going to be playing through the entire 2025 season in this one video to see how we fare managing Mercedes with George Russell alongside Andrea Kimi Antonelli making his debut in Formula 1. With all the 2025 driver transfers and a best guess at 2025 car performance based off just the end of last season, we're going to be facing a little bit of an uphill battle. Not only do we now not have Lewis Hamilton driving for us, we also need to improve this car significantly over this season. I've got a couple of goals that I want us to try and achieve over the course of this season. The first being, can we get Kimi Antonelli a race win in his rookie season? Secondly, can we get George Russell getting 3 or more race wins? And the ultimate and third goal is, by the end of the season, can we get Mercedes into at least the top 2 in the Constructors' Championship? I feel like IRL, that's probably the wish and want of Mercedes, to get back to at least breaking into that top 2 bracket. Maybe the championship might be a bit too difficult, but who knows? Can we do it maybe in the game? So those are the goals ahead of us. So let's dive into the entire 2025 season life without Lewis Hamilton for Mercedes. The brand new season begins here with our team roster update with all those lovely driver transfers over the winter break, and we immediately get to work with upgrading our factory and some other HQ facilities. You know, Mercedes have a decent budget here, you know, 87 million it was, so plenty to spend on making upgrades that are going to long term allow us to bring better upgrades and maybe more upgrades all at the same time, as we are starting as the 3rd best team on the grid, just ahead of Red Bull, but behind Ferrari and McLaren, who are clearly the 2 quickest cars at the end of last season, which we've based the R&D off. And we are going to be doing the entire season in this video. We're not going to be playing every single race though. We'll be playing a couple of highlighted ones. The first one obviously being the opening round at the Australian Grand Prix, and then simulating some races in between some key races, which I'll be playing myself. And it all begins here, Q3, the Australian Grand Prix, and we get to see how we've done over the winter, how this team has done actually over the winter as we joined them. So it's actually, you know, it's down to the AI team how they did over the winter break. Obviously, I did a couple of upgrades there at the start, but this will be our first taster of the challenge ahead for the season. Right, Antonelli with a 114 dead. Let's see, Hamilton 7/10 off. It's a slow first lap there for the man in Ferrari, and Russell 7/10 off there. Russell and Hamilton close together. Oh, has Bono been put on Russell's side of the garage? I've got to change that. That's just wrong. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. Bono should definitely, I feel, be on Kimi's side. I need to change that ASAP after this weekend's done. But right now, I mean, that's a stonking first effort from Kimi Antonelli in the last part of qualifying here. Russell's off that. Lewis in the Ferrari. He's been doing well so far. No hiccups for him and the Scuderia. The ones to beat probably will be McLaren with Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri, Constructors champions from 2024. Leclerc pops in a pretty competitive time there, and then a mystery of how Red Bull are going to do with Verstappen and Lawson here alongside. Right now, Kimi's lap is looking incredible. Verstappen pops up. P2. Oh, it's looking unbelievable here. It is looking unbelievable. We've used all the tyres, though, so far, so that's a little bit frustrating. We only have a scrub set to use. George has a clean set to use. How convenient. Mercedes. How convenient. No, I'm just kidding. But he's got a clean set, so he actually has a lot of potential to go much better here. And McLaren, don't know what they're playing at. They were 1-2 in Q2, I believe, so they're hiding their pace. Piastri pops in a time 0.026, the home favourites. Very close to nabbing provisional pole. Verstappen's gone out, and it's time to send Russell out here. First of all, the final flying lap in this first showing for the team in 2025. And Kimi, we've got Kimi very nicely out ahead of both Ferraris as they are in unison. Leclerc and then Hamilton down the road. Right, Russell, you've got some time to find. Let's see what you got. It's been a good lap. It's green first sector, green the second sector. Russell running to the line. DRS open. Is it going to be enough to topple his new teammate Antonelli? No, it won't. It's enough for 3rd place, but Antonelli is still a quarter of a second ahead. And he's going quicker still. Green for Kimi Antonelli in his first outing for the Silver Arrows. It's unfortunate for the McLaren of Lando Norris. What's happened there? P6 only. Kimi running to the line. Is it going to be the fairy tale first session with Mercedes. He doesn't improve, actually. His first lap time was better than his... Lewis Hamilton has come through for pole position for Ferrari, is it? In his last lap of the session, he's stolen it here. Down under. Verstappen, I think he's already set a lap. Lawson, I think he's running to the line. Maybe he can do something. No. I think Verstappen very much on a slow lap. Ocon in his new Haas is going to the line, but he won't surely be challenging. I can't believe it. That is unbelievable. That is so poetic. Lewis Hamilton and Kimi Antonelli, the two of them, Antonelli taking Lewis's seat in the Silver Arrows, and then Hamilton in his new digs at Ferrari. They are 1-2 there, respectively, but it's the Ferrari. Lewis in his new car in P1. Antonelli second, though. What an effort. Wow, wow, wow. You could not write that. That is unbelievable. Okay, we've got a very interesting first race here then in 2025. And for the first time of asking, Antonelli beats Russell.
Get ready for the Australian Grand Prix.
Here we go, lights out, we're underway for 2025. Lewis v Antonelli into turn one. Can Kimi get down the inside? No, he can't. The McLaren is very strong. Piastri almost gets him, but he remains firm in second place. Verstappen, the reigning world champion, of course, up to third place. But Lewis Hamilton in the Ferrari leading the man that has replaced him at Mercedes. This is juicy. This is already a little bit personal. Obviously, managing Mercedes here, we are embodying the team principle at Mercedes. We'll want to try and stamp our authority on the season and try and get one over Hamilton immediately if we can. But so far, he's got the first laugh. Pole position for his new team. I mean, GG's. Antonelli trying the overtake. We're on different strategies here. Antonelli on a one-stop, medium to hards, I think it will be. And then Russell, we put him on the softs to start off with. Let's see how this race progresses. Oh, my Lord. Look at that. Antonelli already trying to get stuck in. But Verstappen gets up to second place, showing his class. Antonelli's done well over one lap. But remember, he's lower rated. He's still got a lot to grow in this season. And you're seeing maybe already the signs of that, you know? It's going to take some time for him to actually become a real consistent driver in the races. So right now, I'm just looking for him to try his hardest. Verstappen is trying his hardest to drag this Red Bull up to places where it probably shouldn't be, where as you see Lawson struggling in P10 behind his former teammate Tsunoda in the sister V-Carb. And what's happened to McLaren's? You know, they're the best team on paper going to this season, but 6 and 7 only right now as it stands. Russell, buddy, you don't want to do anything. He's on softs and he's just not doing anything. He's getting stuck behind the Ferraris. And now I'm concerned at some point the McLaren's come knocking. And Russell's wearing out his tyres here. He's not liking his traffic as Kimi is holding on. Look at this. He's done so well to get into the lead. And he's holding on. Verstappen with a big dive bomb, though. Oh, Leclerc's bloody hell, Leclerc. Leclerc's put the taps on. Leclerc's absolutely bolted in second place. We're just ahead of Hamilton, but the Ferraris looking to cook. And I said McLaren, where have they been? They're now starting to heat up in this. Is Lando up to P4? Kimi hold on to Hamilton. We're trying to frustrate him. But I fear he and the McLarens may just overtake us at some point, and then they'll start to pull away. What did I say? Yeah, Lando's through as well. They're too quick. They're too quick for us right now. Oh, VSC. Oh, Lawson's out. Lawson is out. The other Red Bull's out. Once again, it's down to Verstappen alone at the full Red Bull team. Okay, I think this is a chance to maybe make a cheeky pit stop. Lawson's crashed. So, what was it? A spin in 2025? That Red Bull proving to be difficult as ever. And only Verstappen seems to be able to tame it. Let's pit onto hards. I think we tried the free pit stop. Let's try it. For Russell as well, I think it's worth coming in for hards as well. I mean, yeah, let's do it. Both. Double stack. Right, we're both in. We're the only ones in. This is a risk. But I feel like we're not quick enough. We're not quicker than Ferrari. We're not quicker than McLaren. We might be able to beat Red Bull Merit, but I fear we need to try something a little bit different in this first race, and indeed most of this season before, you know, upgrades come in. And we'll see how we can do over the course of this season in this video. But in this first race, I think we need to try something different. Right, VSC is out. So we're pushing like a stabbed rat, trying to get the tyre temperatures in. Right, the only way we're going to make this work is go high-risk curbs all the way to the end. Because look at that. That is...
Just increase it just a fraction.
Yep. As Bono's saying, it's all about management. It's all about management. So we're going to have to go all the way to the end. Russell's got a bit of fuel to use, so that's quite good for him. But he's in 12th. He's in traffic, actually. He's got to get past some cars. Kimmy's in no man's land, so he can really just chill out. All right, Russell's made a move. He's up to P7. He's got Lance Stroll, so we're P6 and 7 now. And this is the map, really. Them lot at the top. At the front, it's Lewis leading a 1-2 for Ferrari right now. Lando in P4, Piastri and Verstappen fighting. And the hope is eventually we will come through to get track position. Whether we can get to the end with a decent amount of pace is another question. But I feel like at this stage of the season, we should take a risk like this. And the hope is throughout this video, make improvements. And you'll see the simulated times, the simulated races will be getting better and better, I hope, for us. All right, Lando's pit. We're ahead of the McLaren. Russell, though, does not get ahead. So the McLaren actually gets ahead of us, even though we've made that virtual safety car pit stop. So that's how poor Russell's first stint was, basically. Curious to see what his tyre wear is going to be like, Lando's. Because Russell, let's try and keep up with him if we can. Okay, we jump Hamilton. That's good. Lando with the fast lap of the Grand Prix, though. Phew, that McLaren's got some pace. The constructors, reigning constructors championship car. Lewis behind now, so the McLaren's got an undercut going. Going to be interesting, though, the tyre wear. If their tyre wear gets down to ours eventually, we actually could be all right, you know. We could be all right. Verstappen's lost a lot of time in that first stint, going long as long as he did. P7, so we've jumped him at least with Russell. And Russell hoping for a bit of a toe off his old teammate. Might even go for a move here. Oh, this is awkward. This is awkward. Russell v. Lewis. Now no longer teammates. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, we made the move. We made the move on Hamilton up into P5. But I'm sure Lewis is going to have the bit between his teeth to re-overtake us. Especially now he knows Bono's on Russell's side of the garage right now. All right, Lando's tyres are not wearing as much as I thought they would. Piastri's in. Lando's catching Kimi. And he might pass him right here. Let's see if we can maybe fight him a little bit with deploy and battery use. Antonelli's going to take the lead of this race. Leclerc's in. Kimi takes the lead, but for how long? There goes the McLaren. Oh, we are just staying ahead. Just. That tyre wear's not coming down, though, as quickly as we need it to. And like I said, Lewis has indeed overtaken Russell, pushed away. It may be Hamilton v. Norris for the race win today. Maybe we're just looking for a podium, which, to be fair, wouldn't be the worst thing. I think if we can manage a podium in our first race, post-Hamilton life, in the Silver Arrows, that would be great. And if we can do it with Kimi, I mean, that's insane work from him. Yep, Lando's through. It was always going to happen. And Hamilton's going to come knocking very, very soon. Oh, Lewis nearly goes for the double pass. Oh, Verstappen fast up the Grand Prix. He's heating up. He's looking to overtake Leclerc. There's a good gap there to Russell, but as soon as they catch Russell, I need Russell to do a job and defend. Ah! No! No! Georgie boy, what did he do? He did the opposite of defending. Bloody hell. Oh, he's put it on. He's touched the grass. He's stuffed it into the wall. And he's broken a bit of his front wing. What have you done? George Russell in the mud. He's been fumbled. He's been rustled by Antonelli coming into this team, I tell you. And now we've got a pit. We've got damage. We've got to change this. Let's go medium to the end, I think. Yeah, come in, mate. Come in. You washed, man. Right, George is in. Extra pit stop here for the mediums. Let's see what we can do in terms of the recovery drive. Front wing change. Oh, we got more damage, do we? Suspension and chassis. Beautiful. Meanwhile, Kimi is hanging onto the back of Hamilton and Lando. That's going to help him if he just keeps in that DRS, to be honest. Keeps that rear wing open. And we can save fuel. And we can just hope to hang on in terms of pace until these guys' tyres wear. It's working, you know. Oh, he up to second. Yellow flags for what? I don't know. Antonelli overtakes Lewis for P1 maybe. Yellow flags though into sector 1. That didn't allow him to make the move. He genuinely is sticking with these guys very, very well, despite being on 69% tyre wear. Really need these guys to start wrecking their tyres more, though. Verstappen's looking pretty quick now as well. Russell back up into P10. He's just got Ollie Behrman in the Haas. He's now got clean air to try and push up. Oh, Verstappen's really in the mixer. Wow, wow, wow. This is an incredible 2025. That's Kimi. That's Hamilton. Lando, Verstappen, Leclerc, all in one camera shot. The top 5 are all on one straight, separate. The top 5 are separated by 1.1 seconds. That's ridiculous. Antonelli somehow holding P1 right now. This can't last. This surely can't last. Yep, and it didn't. Yellow flags. Russell overtakes Behrman for the 5th time here. He can't seem to get past his fellow compatriot in the Haas. Verstappen leading after all of this. The Red Bull leads, and he's nearly broken DRS here. Because and Kimi's down to P5 now, by the way. The tyre wear's really... Oh, he's lost 2 positions. That gamble's now really not paying off. We need something else to happen in this race. We're getting to the last 10 laps of this race, and Kimi's in no man's land, 7.6 seconds behind this pack of Hamilton, Lando, Verstappen. Leclerc is the one leading this then in the second Ferrari. Hamilton for some time was fighting for the win, but now he's behind in P4. Verstappen was in the lead at some point, down to P2 now. And yeah, I think with Antonelli, we're hoping just to stay ahead of Piastri, who kind of fell out of the top pack, so to speak. And Russell, well, he's in no man's land. P7 he's recovered to, but with that damage, he's not going to go any quicker as Ocon comes in for a second pit stop here. I mean, to be fair, Antonelli's done well to not fall off a complete cliff so far. Very, ahead of the curve on the tyre wear. We'll just about get to this to the end. We tried something different, but clearly there's just a lack of pace. Oh! Safety car! Safety car! For what? For who? Something's... Oh, it's Alexander Albon! Come in, come in. Oh my god, oh my god. This is a gift from the gods. This is a gift from the gods. Where is he? Yes. Oh, I think all these guys could come in as well, to be fair. We're coming in. Absolutely. There's definitely a gap there to come in for Kimi. And a gap for Russell, to be fair, as well. I think we come in with Russell. There's a big gap there to Alonso. I think we come in. Hamilton's in as well. Lewis thinks the same. He is in. And Antonelli's in. That's pretty... That was a bit weird. Hamilton chooses to come in, and we come in as well with Antonelli. They seem to be joined at the hip today at the start of this video. Did George come in? Oh, no, he's not come in yet. Such as the gap... He's not... to be fair, for Russell, is there worth going... No, we should definitely come in, I think. Right, Russell... Okay, cool. Russell's going to be in P7 still. And Antonelli's P6 now with fresh rubber. Hamilton's P... Hamilton, to be fair, has finessed it more. He's not even lost position. And he's now on the softs. Dare I say, could we be seeing a Lewis Hamilton win here? Down under. For the start of the 2025 season. All these guys are on worn, hard tyres. Lewis on fresh softs. We've got somewhat fresh softs for both our cars. This could be a pretty tasty end to this race. I hope we can see the end of the race. And hopefully the safety car doesn't stay out for the entire time. All right, safety. Oh, lapped cars can overtake. Okay. So we should get going after this. This should be it then. This should be it. 4 laps. That's all we're going to get. All we're going to get is 4 laps. Not even that. 3 laps. 3 laps. We're going to have lap 56, 7, and 8. Here we are. Safety car restart. Looking at Hamilton. Looking at Antonelli. 3 laps. 4 laps. 4 laps to go. 55, 56, 7, and 8. Can Lewis do something? I mean, straight away, Verstappen was pulling out to try and make a move. Leclerc already backing the pack up. Lewis right on the tail of Lando. Antonelli looking for the move on Piastri. We're not aggressive now. Let's go aggressive, mate. Go aggressive. Go for these overtakes. Is Lewis going for the move on the McLaren? Hamilton's up to P3 in the Ferrari. Where's our boy, though? Antonelli, P6. Need to make this pass on Piastri ASAP, mate. You need to make this pass on him now. Lewis flying. Fast lap the Grand Prix. He's showing us how it's done. Antonelli's still got some stuff to learn, obviously. It's his first race in Formula 1. He's got to learn. He's got to learn how to use the opportunity correct because Lewis is doing that. Mark my words. He's winning. This is unbelievable. I can't believe he's going to do this in this first race. Come on, Kimi. Yes, Kimi. Yes, Kimi. Oh, wow. 3 wide. We're sandwiched between the 2 McLarens there. Antonelli gets the elbows out. Oh, there's contact. Contact. Damage. And Russell and Lando have made contact. Antonelli has been hit, but he's got no damage. It's a 1-2 for Ferrari. Verstappen, look at this. Can I just point out, this has been an unbelievable first race of what is meant to be a lengthy video to talk about the whole season of Mercedes and managing Mercedes without Hamilton. But this first race has been an absolute banger. Antonelli up to P4. Surely we'll get Verstappen here. He's got to. DRS. Is it available? He doesn't need it. He doesn't need it. He's going to power through. Come on. Oh, don't tell me you have a penalty. Is that a penalty? Oh, wow. We've got a penalty. Are you serious? Are you serious, FIA? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. He did nothing. He did nothing. Right, Kimi, you're going to have to hope you can pull out 5 seconds. I really hope these guys' tyres wear. Surely they're going to fall off the cliff. 45% for Verstappen. You know what? We should overtake with Russell and then hold them up. Yeah, that's the strategy. We need to hold them up with Russell and then back them up. Russell, you need to get a move on here, buddy. Get a move on here, brother. Get a move on here. Antonelli's up to... Oh, my Lord. This is so annoying. Antonelli has just cooked everyone. He's overtaken Leclerc. He's overtaken Lewis Hamilton. He's in the lead of this race, but he's got a penalty. He's made a rookie error and got a penalty. No. No. What's the gap? Oh, he's going to be down to P5. This is just cataclysmic. This is heartbreaking for Kimi. This is the cruelest lesson on your debut in Formula 1. Gets into the lead. Gonna lose it because of a penalty. Oh, Lord. Oh, no. I almost hope Hamilton overtakes him here on track. It's going to be less painful that way. Lewis, will he do it on the final lap? It's Hamilton versus Antonelli, Ferrari v Mercedes. How poetic of a way to start 2025. And Antonelli is going to keep this one on track, but he's got a penalty. So he's going to fall down below. I don't know what it's going to be by the end of it. It could be P3. It might be P4 at least. Kimi Antonelli. Oh, Hamilton though. On the line. Hamilton. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Unreal. What a finish. But Lewis Hamilton, in his first race for Ferrari, beats Kimi Antonelli in a photo finish drag race to the line. You cannot write this stuff. Oh, my days. How have I started making out a video managing Mercedes without Hamilton, and it's all of a sudden just turned into a banger first race of 2025 simulated? That's crazy. Antonelli finishes second because we got 5 seconds. He outdrove his penalty to still be second. Fair play, Kimi. Fair play. What a first race for Antonelli. I mean, it's heartbreak because we could have won it if it wasn't for the penalty. But also, Lewis on the line gets us to get it fair and square. You know, you can't even talk about a penalty. He got it fair and square. We finished literally, I think, 0.015 off. What a first race. I'm sorry. That was insane. This race alone would be enough for a video, but we're going to continue. I'm not over that first race. That was incredible. That was probably the best race I've ever seen on F1 Manager. So off the back of that incredible first Grand Prix, I would say performance generally for the team dipped slightly for the first third of the season as McLaren and Ferrari got a foothold of the season. Lando Norris winning 2 races back-to-back in China to Japan. And internally in Mercedes, to my surprise, Antonelli was was consistently performing better than Russell. Even though at this stage, remember, he's just debuted into the season. He's lower rated than Russell, and yet he was outperforming him straight away. Meanwhile, back at the front, Oscar Piastri winning the 4th round, so that's 3 wins in a row now for McLaren, but Hamilton being the most consistent individual, leading the championship by 10 points. Of course, at this point, we are making upgrades. We're trying our best to improve the car, but McLaren and Ferrari now are getting a foothold on this championship early. Leclerc wins. It's a 1-2 for Ferrari in Saudi Arabia, and all of a sudden, Ferrari come out of nowhere to then lead the constructors and leapfrog McLaren. And it seems those two teams are just locked into a battle as we continue to bring upgrades to the facilities, bring upgrades to the car. In Miami, though, it is a similar story as it was in 2024. Lando Norris wins in Miami, and it's a double Ferrari podium, though, just solidifying that McLaren-Ferrari domination in the constructors in the season so far. Ourselves and Red Bull struggling to make really any sort of mark ever since that first race, at least for us, you know, with that Antonelli great second place podium. But the upgrades keep on coming. Improvements to people and personnel like Bono, further HQ upgrades, and finally, as we got to Imola, Antonelli's first of 2 home races, we finally upgraded the car to a point where, well, in Q3, we had an amazing uptick in performance. In Q3, we got a bloody 1-2 front row lockout for the Imola Grand Prix. Verstappen 3rd, Leclerc 4th.
The crowd are on their feet in anticipation of this, the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix.
And you're absolutely crazy if you don't think I'm not managing this race. The potential first race win for the season for us at Mercedes, managing them post Hamilton life. And with Antonelli on pole, it's his home Grand Prix. The Italian could lift the trophy on home soil. Russell is going maybe for the move. He's on the soft compound tire. We put Kimi on the medium, looking to go longer. And to be honest, I'm looking for Russell to be a rear gunner on the softs to try and fend off, well, someone just like that, Max Verstappen, who's up to 2nd. Yeah, Verstappen's going to be a nuisance. I mean, all of them are. I mean, oh my Lord, Lawson side by side with Leclerc. Hamilton, the championship leader, down the order in P8 here today. But I'm sure all these guys will be very competitive, basing off what we see. No! It's a rookie error. It's a rookie error. No, Kimi. Oh, I wasn't even watching it. I'm glad I wasn't watching it live. I would have had a heart attack. Oh, no. Antonelli. Right, we've got some work to do then. I mean, he's showing he may be having a blistering breakout first season so far in Formula 1, but it's those moments where you see the difference between, well, a 4-time world champion here leading the race now, and someone who's doing their, well, what, 6th race in Formula 1 as it stands. All right, confidence is a bit knocked there with Antonelli. Just got to calm it down and try and settle down into a rhythm on the medium tyres here. Meanwhile, Russell now has an opportunity to actually fight for the win himself, maybe here. Let's see. Oh, go on, Russell. Go on, Russell. Yes. Into P1. Okay, mate. You're on the softs. Show me what you got. All right, Antonelli's got clean air, trying to push away from the McLaren and Piastri. Russell still leads ahead of Verstappen, Leclerc, Lawson. Both Red Bulls looking strong. The Red Bulls are looking stronger. Fastest lap by Antonelli, and look at the way he's climbing. Oi, oi, oi. He's got Leclerc. He's got Lawson. He's back up to P3, and he may just get Verstappen for P2. Flying in clean air. He was flying. We need to bring the tyre temps down, though, now. Yellow flags. Don't know what for. Ooh, Lando a bit wide there. I think that may have been Lando causing the yellow flag, because he looks like he's been off somewhere or had some damage. Bortoletto crashed in this Sauber. Russell leads then, and it could well be a 1-2 for Mercedes. It's the other way around, though, from the start of the race, but that's fine by me. That's fine by me. Our drivers are on different strategies, so they shouldn't be fighting too much if they are 1-2. Let's ride on board with Antonelli, see if we can get this move done. Not got too much battery here, but that new side pod is working wonders for Antonelli. Can't quite make a move, but I think it's coming. Russell's down to 2nd. Verstappen's nearly broken DRS. This might be crucial, you know. If Antonelli can't get past here, I might ask Russell to let him by. I think Verstappen pulling away is crucial. We need to stick with him, and our tyres overheating now. Our tyres overheating massively with Antonelli. Oh, dear. Oh, okay, we're closing with Verstappen. We're closing on Verstappen, both drivers. Okay, we'll leave it like this for now. We need... Oh, Russell! Oh, what a move! Fair play. Fair play, Russell. I was unfamiliar with your game so far in the season. Because so far, it's been pretty mid. But that was good. That was good overtake. Right, focusing on Antonelli, trying to get the tyre temps down. Verstappen's re-overtaking Russell. And now Antonelli may go for a move on Russell himself. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Russell going for a copycat move on Verstappen there. What?
Let's keep this up.
I'm sorry. What was that radio? Let's get Verstappen. Let's get Verstappen here if we can, please. Oh, 3 wide. No, Verstappen gets us. Okay, Antonelli's got Russell. Antonelli's got Verstappen. Good move. Good move.
Good work.
On both of them. He's up into P1 now. Oh, Aqua Minerale. Is it? Oh! Sensational move from Antonelli. Verstappen runs wide there. Aqua Minerale.
Yes, let's go.
And Antonelli very, very happy with that. Let's go. That was the most softly spoken. Yes, let's go. He'll get him back, though. Yeah, they're going to be in a DRS yo-yo. The Ferrari's going to join. And Piastri as well. The McLaren of Piastri joins. The only odd one now are Lawson with a car issue. And Lando clearly has had some sort of problem. Or he's on hards. Maybe that's also why. But this train is forming again. Once again, 2025 in this simulation of ours, proving to be incredibly competitive. Russell's doing a very good job on these softs, by the way, so he could equally be in the good chance to win this race. Even though Antonelli's got the much better car, I think Russell's putting his hat into the ring. He's doing an excellent job on the softs. All right, going to come in with Russell. Hard tyres. Let's go. Let's go. Go low fuel as he come in. A lot of fighting going on. Antonelli's stuck in traffic there. Russell will release him a bit. Right, Russell pushing hard. Antonelli, P1 right now. We'll continue. We'll continue. Yellow flags, Leclerc, mechanical fault. Antonelli fighting with Verstappen. And meanwhile, Piastri, surprisingly, he's pulled away from us out of nowhere. I think it's time to come in. Yeah, come in, come in, come in. Let's, oh, good Antonelli. Overtakes Verstappen there. And will now come in. Right, Russell, you've been pushing hard. Where are you? P9. Okay, good. Antonelli's in for his pit stop. We're coming in earlier than Hamilton and Verstappen, who are now fighting each other. Hamilton v Verstappen, always exciting. Piastri, though, bolted away in the McLaren. I'm worried about him. I'm worried about Piastri's pace here. That's not a good pit stop. What's going on, guys? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Even in the game, the home race never goes well for drivers, does it? Antonelli is behind by a massive margin to Russell. Jesus, guys. What are we doing? What are we doing? Russell's P2. That's good for us. That's good for us. We've got damage to the underfloor. That means Lando definitely has damage then, because that's the same symbol. We've jumped Piastri, which is very, very good. Right, I'm going to try... Oh, I tried to defend Piastri. Didn't work. Didn't work. Going to have to attack him now. Get Piastri back. Get Piastri back, man. Where is he? Where's Russell? Russell, you got to try and make this move, brother. You got to make this move. Oh, you can't get him. Fastest lap by Hamilton. Antonelli needs to get Alonso here. Good stuff. Good stuff. Gets Alonso. P5. Good. Get Hamilton now. Russell needs to come back at Piastri here. He needs to get him and then defend. Okay, here we go. Big defense. Big defense. Big defense. Fastest lap by Antonelli. Looking good. Russell's actually taking the lead back, which is good as well. I think this race could still be ours, but we're having to really work for it. Really work for it. Oh, Antonelli v Verstappen. Verstappen going around the outside. I'm trying to get away from him desperately. We've got away from Hamilton, but Verstappen's stuck with us. But he's got a mechanical fault, so that actually might help us, I hope. Russell, meanwhile, sticking with Piastri. All right, Antonelli and Verstappen are slowly catching Russell and Piastri. So we're all going to be... It's going to be a four-way fight, potentially, maybe by the end of it. Russell's doing so well. In the inferior Mercedes car, you know, without the side pod, he's doing very, very well. Which means surely when Antonelli closes up, surely Verstappen, he's going to get out of our way because he's got a big mechanical fault now. This is our race. This is our race. We just need to get Antonelli in that DRS range, and we're good. And we've got a lot of battery here, so I actually might try to push now. Push away from Verstappen. Just get that gap going. Let's go top up through here. And go deploy through that main straight. Top up again. Yellow flags for what? I don't know. Lawson. It's Lawson. He spun. He spun. That's what it was. And Sainz locking up. It is now very, very close. Antonelli can maybe see Russell just... Not quite, but soon, soon. All right, here we go. We're catching Piastri. Yep, okay, we're within 1 second now. We're within 1 second. So we can calm this down, go avoid risk curbs. We can calm it down. We can calm it down. We can save fuel, actually, whilst we do it. Let's save fuel now, whilst we can. Save fuel, save fuel. Might even go for a move here. Okay, this is good from Antonelli. We've saved all the fuel. We're bringing down the tyre temps. And we're still well within Piastri's window here to make the overtake. 10 laps to go at the Imola Grand Prix. The Italian pulls through on the left to get into P1. Russell, I think, is going to still finish in a very solid podium. It will be a double podium either way, no matter what happens with Oscar and Kimi. Hamilton, P4 with the fastest lap. He's pushing hard to do Ferrari proud. But Verstappen, Leclerc, Norris, all with car problems or damage. I mean, Russell with damage has done very, very well. But Antonelli takes the lead, and hopefully he's not going to look back. Tyre wear is actually worse. Piastri's actually done better than us on tyre wear, which is kind of crazy. I don't know how he's done that, which means he's still a threat to Kimi then. Yeah, he's got him. He's got him. He's got him. He needs to just stick with him. He needs to stick with DRS. Harvest, actually, you know what? Harvest through all of here. Harvest. Just get that battery completely full. As full as we can get it. Okay, good. Keep neutral now. We're saving fuel. Okay, now we're out. Okay, we've dropped outside of 1 second. Time to push again. Time to push. Okay, make this overtake now. Deploy. This is literally micromanaging this. Russell's all good to the end. He's all good to the end. He'll be all good to the end. This is about micromanaging Antonelli to get this overtake. There we go. DRS surely will do it. So we can now save the tyres a bit. And top up. I'll go battle assist and top up here. Let's go. Let's hopefully push away. Please, please, please. Last lap, last lap. This is it. This is it. This is it, Kimi. Using all the battery. Oh, the McLaren comes close. But Antonelli, we've managed that very well at the end of this race. Battle assist now. Keep going. Russell's all good, by the way. Yeah, Russell's all good to the end. All good to the end. Hamilton's nowhere near him. Russell's there. Hamilton's all the way back there. So Russell in no man's land. And the traffic holds up Piastri. Good stuff. Good stuff. Keep it calm, Kimi. Keep it calm. Keep it calm now. Keep it calm to the end. Here we go. 6 races in, it has finally happened on this journey of managing Mercedes without Lewis Hamilton. We take victory at Kimi Antonelli's home race. It is our first win of the season. Fantastic. And the fast lap of the Grand Prix. Kudos to you. Kudos to you, as Bono says. Great stuff. Russell, P3, double Merc podium. Beautiful. Beautiful. Absolute poetry. On Italian soil, our new Italian rocket ship has won it for us. Our first win of the season. Yeah, you did drive your out there. Russell's drive was amazing, actually, with underfloor damage to the inferior side pod. P3 is great. I hope this is maybe the start of in this season now, where we can start to bridge that gap to Ferrari and McLaren. So with that win, Antonelli now into the top 4 of the championship again. Constructors-wise, we're still 3rd, but we are now... I feel like that gap is bridgeable. I mean, McLaren and Ferrari still in an unbelievable scrap here. Like, this is literally just a continuation of 2024 at the end here, but it's continuing for the whole season. And Red Bull... Well, it's not looking good, Breath. It's not looking good. Verstappen is dragging that car into some points, but it's still not enough for them, it seems. So it seemed actually winning his first home race in Formula 1 would kickstart some unbelievable levels of form for Antonelli, because he would go on to, and I actually still can't believe this happened, 4 wins in a row. He won in Imola, he then went to Monaco and won there with the fastest lap as well, won in Spain, and then won in Montreal with the fastest lap there. 26 points 3 times over and 25 points. A huge shift in his championship perspective, in Mercedes championship perspectives, as Ferrari and McLaren seemingly just lost all sort of composure in this mini part of the season. And then if these 4 right hooks from Antonelli wasn't enough, we then came in with a left hook because George Russell then would win the Austrian Grand Prix with the fastest lap. We went from really struggling to get anywhere near McLaren Ferrari to then utterly dominating the entire grid for 5 races. Very confusing. You can see largely this came from the timing of us improving quite a lot, and actually McLaren and Ferrari both slumping in performance and going down on the performance chart as we went up. And then at the end of it, it was just a case of form, I think, because McLaren did catch back to us and equalize in performance and actually overtake us for performance at Austria, for example. But at that point, I think the momentum of our 2 AI drivers was just so strong. And it meant going into the British Grand Prix, Antonelli actually had a very sizable lead in the Drivers' Championship. Things looked incredibly close and juicy right behind him, I must say, with Lando Norris on 158 points, Lewis 4 points back, and then Piastri only a further 2 then. So those 3 drivers, uber close. If Antonelli wasn't there, it would be one of the most incredible title fights going halfway through the season. But at this point, I was thinking, are we going to have a random, like, easy run to the line? But in true typical fashion at the British Grand Prix, Lewis Hamilton, there's something about him and that place. He just got massive energy from the crowd, and he would go and get pole position for the race on Sunday. So that was changing things. That was the first little chink in maybe the domination we were enjoying at that point in the season, and we're going to have to actually work maybe for another race win here.
Well, it's great to have you with us. Hold on tight. It's the British Grand Prix. And it's lights.
Well, we managed Kimi Antonelli's, well, at least one of his first home races. So, of course, we are going to manage Russell's one and only home race here for the British Grand Prix. It's not a great start for him, though. He's down to P4. Antonelli maintains P1 from P2. I mean, he's at least overtaken, actually, because Hamilton was the one who got pole position, but he's quickly down to P2. Antonelli now in the lead. Russell up to P3. He's made an impression on the Red Bulls, who are looking pretty feisty. Hamilton's looking pretty feisty as well. He was leading the championship for so long. Then we've been on this run of form of just back-to-back wins for the Silver Arrows. But Lewis looking to come back at Silverstone, a place he loves to come to, of course. And it's unfortunately a bad day in the office at the home Grand Prix for Lando Norris, who's pushed down the order as Hamilton looking to go around the outside of Antonelli. We're pushing flat out. So this is all Kimi's got. And Hamilton gets back up into P1 of the British Grand Prix in his Ferrari now here in 2025. Antonelli down to second. He's on mediums. Russell's on softs. In an ideal world, maybe Russell gets second place and is able to, see what he can do on the soft, because they're on different strategies. Kimi's going long. George is not. George is sticking with Hamilton on the softs. And Russell's not just sticking with Hamilton. He might actually stick it to him in terms of the pace. We need to actually calm this down, though, on the fuel. Oh, Russell, going for it. He's got it. The 2 former teammates side by side into Copse. Russell on the outside. This is unbelievable. Antonelli might get in there as well, but that is great. Usual British Grand Prix settings. We're going to be a bit slower at the start, but we'll come back later and stronger in the second half of the race, I think, because Verstappen's now ahead of Antonelli. Russell is struggling to maintain second as Hamilton's pulling away now. Oh, yeah, there goes the Red Bull. And Antonelli's down to P5. So, yeah, usual British Grand Prix stuff. Struggling versus the AI in the first part of the race, but we'll come back. This has honestly been an iconic British Grand Prix if you were a British F1 fan at Silverstone, seeing Russell and Hamilton. They've just been swapping left, right. Verstappen's kind of been there. Antonelli kind of been there. But as you can clearly see, George angry as he has been just swapping with Lewis. Now Verstappen a bit on him, but He just keeps coming back at him. Right, first round of pit stops. We're now P1. Hamilton's fallen away a bit. His tyres are wearing. That Ferrari maybe not as kind on its tyres here in 2025 as it may have been in 2024. Verstappen's third. We're 1-2 right now. Antonelli will take the lead eventually, but this is Russell's time to shine. Okay, I'm changing the strategy. I'm going to change the strategy. I'm going to go on to hards. I'm going to cover off Lewis. I'm covering off Lewis with George because I thought Ferrari might do a two-stop there, but if they're going to go hards, we'll go hards. All right, Antonelli's released. He can now push on and just do his own thing. Going to use this time to save the fuel with Antonelli. Russell pushing hard. And he's looking to close up to Hamilton, but also fend off Piastri as it gets a bit overcast. Wouldn't be surprised at Silverstone there's some rain, but no. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, we're through. We're past Hamilton. We're now chasing Piastri. Russell's done well there. Hamilton maybe easing in these hards maybe more than he did the softs on the first stint. But new fast lap by Russell. So we're in unknown territory, though, because now I don't know what the strategy is. Probably another set of softs, I imagine. But we were going to do that anyway. But I just thought covering off the Ferrari in the same compound might be wise. And we need to try and get Piastri here. It'd be ideal to get the McLaren before the Ferrari comes in. But look at that. That's brilliant to see. 3 different teams battling each other. Piastri squeezes Russell. Russell gets down the inside, though. He's through. He's through. And if you can see, everyone else has made their pit stop. So, oh, wow. Oh, what a battle there. Hamilton overtakes Russell on the inside. They're side-by-side through Luffield. Antonelli's the only car left yet to pit. Everyone else has pit. Minus, you know, I think Piastri still... Oh, no, Piastri has pit. Okay, okay. No, literally, Antonelli's still the only one going on. So, he's in a world of his own, doing his own thing. But this is the game plan for him. Right, going to push now with Russell. We've been kind of floating about with Hamilton, but we've got tyre wear now to push and really, really try and get some pace out of these tyres and bridge the gap to Antonelli further because obviously he's doing one less stop. Oh! What happened? What happened? What happened? Oh my God, no.
Now we can see what
no, Russell. I really wanted to try and get Russell a British Grand Prix win since we got Antonelli the Imola GP win. But Lewis Hamilton, another British driver here, has other ideas. He overtook, but I don't know what happened afterwards. Did Russell... I feel like Russell tried to outbrake him and then hit him. Because we're here now. Hamilton just made that move. Like, he's through there. So I think Russell may have just tapped him. Has he got damage? No, oh no, he locked up. Okay, I thought he had some damage on the front end, but he just locked up. He just bottled it after this overtake. Oh, yeah, yeah. Very close to taking out Lewis. That would have been absolute travesty. British Civil War going on, but now Russell has it all to do. Right, Antonelli is going to get caught soon. 1.8 the gap. Time to come in. He's done brilliantly that we can switch the strategy from medium hard to medium soft. Hamilton's just there, though, but he's done so well, he'll be able to end on the soft tyre. That's really good. Russell, meanwhile, is trying to stay ahead of Verstappen and Norris. They're fighting each other. Lando on the inside and squeezes Max out. And so it's going to be Hamilton from Piastri close by. Russell needs to get going. He needs to get going again. Piastri's doing really well mediums. He comes in. Hamilton's in. I think I might come in. I think we need to cover them off. I think we need to go mediums. Instead of going soft, I think let's go medium. Let's pit now. Let's pit now. Yeah, let's do the opposite of what Verstappen and Norris do. Come in with the leaders, so to speak. Antonelli now. Where's Antonelli? Comes out just behind Piastri, actually. He gets him. He gets him. So Antonelli is very much in this P1 fight, but he's got Piastri for company. Hamilton has had a pit stop issue, I think, because he's fallen a little bit further back from Piastri, and Russell's there now. With a new set of tyres, new stint. Let's see what we can do now. We need to save fuel with Antonelli at some point. We're behind Piastri now. Let's do it now. Let's save the fuel now whilst we're fighting him. 15 laps to go. Antonelli still going at it with Piastri. We're 11 seconds off Lando and Verstappen. What are they playing at? Are they going to the end? They've done a one-stop. Verstappen... Okay, Verstappen's on hards. What did Lando do? Did he start on hards? No, he didn't. Is he just doing a one-stop on mediums there? That'd be a bit crazy.
Let's just keep our heads down.
And then where's Russell and all this? Russell's not too far off these guys either. Fastest lap by Hamilton. Hamilton is cooking. He's caught up to Piastri. He's caught up to us. I'm just trying to measure this and wait for the right opportunity to push. We're gaining slowly on Norris and Verstappen who are fighting, so there's no need to push the tyres too much with either driver. Because the problem with Antonelli is he's fighting Piastri and Hamilton. And then Russell, I'm trying to catch him up if I can. Okay, Lando's pit. Verstappen will surely pit. So this is the fight for P1. Piastri v Antonelli. Hamilton in the mixer maybe. And I'm hoping I can drag Russell into there as well. Tyre wear's good with Antonelli. 4 laps to go. I'm just waiting. We're just within 1 second. Fuel is... Well, we don't have any fuel anymore as Hamilton goes for the move for the lead. But as the tyre wear comes down for those guys on mediums, I feel like 2%, 3% might be enough to start pushing versus them. Russell's got a lot of tyre wear in hand, so I might just let him push as long as he can to the end of the race, basically. 3 laps to go. Russell's now in this fight. Russell's joined this party. Let's do a bit of top up with him. Try and save this battery. Antonelli's watching. I think now's the time to go aggressive with Antonelli and try and make these moves. Let's go deploy. He's topping up. Antonelli not going for a move yet. Topping up with Russell. Oh, there he goes. Antonelli. He's made 1 move. Can he make a second? On the outside of Cops. And all the while, Russell is harvesting. And we have an opportunity for both drivers here as we go towards the last lap. Oh, God. Hamilton coming back at us. Okay, we got some fuel. We still got ERS. Let's harvest through here as the DRS will open. Harvest through here. Charge. We're going to get slipstream off Antonelli. Oh, beautiful teamwork. 2-3. Deploying all the way here with Antonelli. Let's use a bit of fuel now for both drivers. Onto the last lap this is. Russell trying to squeeze out Hamilton in the Ferrari. Oh, the 2 Brits coming together slightly. Tyres overheating. Russell's struggling a little bit. This is also why I'm worried about Antonelli. That's why I'm being very cautious with him. To not overheat the tyres. But 1 second's been broken. Russell fighting Hamilton there. May hurt him in the end as I need to watch this fuel. Bloody hell. Watch that fuel. Okay, let's go attack. I think go attack with Antonelli. We're good. Now go neutral just to save it. Piastri will have the DRS, though. That's the problem. At the end, Russell's through into P3. Piastri gaining. Antonelli may just hold on to this. This kid is a wonder man. Russell's been pushing hard. Can he grab something at the end of this race? Right at the end, no. P3. It could have been more for Russell had it not been for that lockup versus Hamilton, remember. But it's going to be a win for Mercedes at Silverstone. But it's not the home Grand Prix win for Russell. It's Antonelli. This kid, crazy. I mean, we've seen it before in my creator team career mode. But he's not even that high rated. He's 87? He's lower rated than Russell. He's lower rated than Piastri, Hamilton, Norris. There's something about this guy on this game. Once you get him going, he just cooks. Which I didn't expect. I thought he would struggle in his first season, but he's grown to 87 now. But like, yeah, Russell's 88, 90, 89, 87. 92 Verstappen, but we've given him a decent enough car to go and slap up 5 wins. Lando with 3 wins in the season. Verstappen with 0 so far. But Verstappen's actually, ironically, Lando's the closest one to him. And then Russell won. Piastri won. Surprisingly, Lewis only won. I say surprisingly, but he was leading for the championship for so long. But now it's showing that he needs to kind of, be winning more races if he wants to get up into championship chance. And the new star boy of Mercedes carrying us into P1 and the constructors as well. And this wave of domination from us would continue for one more race into the Belgium Grand Prix. This time, though, coming from George Russell. So surprised to see him get up there, but maybe showing the car is just in a good place. Both our drivers have the confidence to work with it, but there is going to be some strong opposition as immediately in the next race, the Hungarian Grand Prix, Lando Norris will punch back and McLaren will punch back with a 1-2. You saw on the R&D chart, technically they were ahead of us when we were winning those last 2 races in that 6-race run. And now you're seeing that come into fruition as Lando and Piastri get another 1-2 at the very next Grand Prix. So McLaren really took that domination from us personally as they immediately clapped back and they're now level on points with us in the Constructors' Championship. championship. In a matter of 2 races, they've swung it back. And despite us trying to bring upgrades in the meantime to try and limit the damage, Lando Norris then would enjoy a fine bit of form, as it's a 3rd race win in a row. And you can see Kimi Antonelli floundering in P9, Russell P6. What's gone on? We've imploded as a team. We've just gone from 6 wins in a row. Unbelievable bit of form, even when the car wasn't at the best. And now we're on the back foot with the car, and our drivers aren't performing anymore. And we've slipped down to 2nd in the Constructors' Championship. And soon Antonelli will be losing the lead of the championship as Lando goes for a 4th win in a row. And some mediocre performances for us, whilst, you know, Verstappen would pick up a couple of podium in there. And so we've dropped enough points to lose both leads in the championship. In the context and background of all this, we've also been given the task to re-sign George Russell, as his contract is coming up at the end of this season. So I was hoping the renegotiation would maybe give him a little bit of a push to start performing again. And for Antonelli, I don't know. We've got a long-term contract with him, so I don't know what's really happened to him, but he just had that little period where he just slipped up. Remember, it's his rookie debut season, so maybe he's just got things to learn still with consistency and just general experience. And speaking of experience, a man that has a lot of that is Lewis Hamilton. And after having 2 DNFs in the last 3 races, he would return to the top of the podium as Ferrari announce themselves back at the front, fighting for podiums potentially, with a double podium at Singapore. And that would be Lewis Hamilton's first race win since that opening race win in Australia. So it's his 2nd win for Ferrari. And obviously for us at Mercedes, managing life without him, it's a tough pill to swallow. And it's come at a really inconvenient time for us, as it's a double Ferrari podium. Like I said, 1 McLaren's up there of Piastri, and it just means we're not scoring as many points. If Ferrari are now also going to be up there along with McLaren. Now, Lewis is actually on the heels of Russell in the Drivers' Championship. We're narrowly maybe making some ground up with Antonelli, 2 points there over Lando, because Lando had a bit of a sleeper around Singapore, but it's still all very much in McLaren's court, and we're now looking behind us as well as forwards as Ferrari start to ascend back in R&D after slumping a little bit, majorly in that mid part of the season where we were dominating, and also a mini slump just in the last 3 races with those 2 DNS for Hamilton. But now maybe they've had that upswing, they've finally got in some good ATR, and that is a problem for us. So we try and hunker down and get more upgrades on the car. Obviously we're always trying to do that, but we're trying to now really push maybe the specific weaknesses of the car. And we do confirm the re-signing of Russell, so hopefully that will maybe push him to perform just that little bit better. At this point, my thought wasn't even trying to chase down McLaren and the Constructors. It was really just to combat Ferrari coming up and creeping and taking our 2nd spot in the championship, because it's another 1-2 for McLaren. This time, Piastri wins it in Kota. You can see there, though, we did beat Ferrari in that instance. Verstappen for Red Bull performing well, taking points off Ferrari. So that eases, the worry a little bit. 20 points to Ferrari's 8, but there's a massive mountain to climb if we were to try and chase after McLaren. So again, the thoughts weren't really there. This was about, remember, our ultimate goal is to try and get a top 2 in the championship. The win was always going to be a big challenge and a big ask, a big miracle. So in this instance, we're really trying to solidify that 2nd place in the Constructors. We've already accomplished the goal of getting Antonelli a win. He's got multiple wins. Russell, we may just about lose out on that goal of getting him 3 wins or more. I think he's got 2 so far in the season. And despite giving him the new contract, as we do see a tiny bit of improvement in performance, it's with Antonelli. He gets on the podium, back on the podium after a while. Russell, though, down in the lower points. Lando with another race win. It is just an onslaught for McLaren. The days of that domination, the 6 wins in a row at this point in the season, seemed like a fleeting memory. Hamilton's now ahead of Russell in the Drivers' Championship, so for those 2 former teammates, that's going to be a personal battle, and it's one that maybe his legitimately just put a fire in Russell's belly, because what happens the very next race? We go to Brazil and Russell wins a third race of the season. Antonelli on the podium, double Merc podium. That's great for us. Lando down in P5. Oscar still managed a McLaren second place. So it's not a total sweep, but for Russell's sake, it's going to feel like a massive victory to immediately come back and re-overtake Hamilton in the championship. Antonelli chipping a little bit away at Lando's lead, but at this point, it did seem like a far-fetched dream. But we just kept up with the upgrades. This was now, I think, the last ATR period in the season, so we're using as much as we can in big areas like the chassis, the rear wing, to improve the straight line speed with tracks like Las Vegas coming up, and that would pay us dividends at the Las Vegas Grand Prix, just as it was in real life. It was a good one for Mercedes. It was a great one for Antonelli as he comes back to the top step of the podium. Russell, unfortunately, bit of a quiet race for him, but that's huge for Antonelli just to refine some form, and that is going to apply just a bit more pressure on Lando Norris. 26 points gained to his 15. And the pressure would continue into the Qatar GP as Antonelli would get a second win in a row late on at this end of the season. And you can see why if you look at the R&D chart. We have firmly come back as McLaren firmly plateaued in R&D. Maybe they've spent all their cost cap. Maybe they're just saving for next season. And Ferrari actually took a dip, you can see. Their upgrades actually made the car worse at the end of this season. And we sustained a level performance where we were comfortably now quicker than those two teams. And just like that, here we are then for the final race in Abu Dhabi after a season long of managing Mercedes without Lewis Hamilton. And there is an outside chance still in the championship that we could manage Antonelli to his first ever Drivers' World Championship in his debut rookie season. Probably unlikely. I feel like Lando and McLaren will have things covered, but let's give them a good old fight, put the pressure on. In the Constructors, it's the same story. Mathematically, there still is a chance, I think, for us to win the Constructors' Championship. It is unlikely, but again, let's apply the pressure. Let's end this season with a bang. And aside from the championship, there are other different stories going on up and down the field. You know, we've got Hamilton and Russell's little battle going on. Ex-teammates, there is still maybe a chance that Hamilton could overtake Russell in the championship if Russell was to have an absolute stinker. But it's been a long old season, you know, so long in fact that I've grown my beard out longer in the same video. In reality, having a video that's an entire season in one full video means I've recorded this over some time. I think the last time I actually played this save for this video, just breaking the fourth wall a bit, was about over a month ago now. So let's see if I can dust off the rust and take this Mercedes team to one final good race in this season. And looking at how qualifying went, a very good day in the office for Antonelli once again, really coming to his own. And I've said it before maybe in the video, but reminder, he's not even anywhere near the best rated driver on this grid. You know, we've obviously done very well ourselves to manage this team, bring enough upgrades to give them a very good car by the end point of the season. But Antonelli surprised me, you know, not being even breaking 90 rated, and he's been putting in such incredible performances in this game. You know, remains to be seen if we'll see something like that similar in real life. We'll have to see. But Russell's third place. Leclerc actually bucks up in the final qualifying, up in second place. All season long, I feel like Hamilton's actually had the measure of him in this simulation of this entire season. And Ferrari surprisingly up here in second place because they've really teetered off at the end of this season, whereas we've gotten stronger. McLaren have gotten stronger or stayed the same strength, and Red Bull have very much made up, obviously, performance, as you saw with the performance chart just before going into this final race. But off pole and third place, I'm hoping we can bag a double podium to end this first Mercedes season managing them without Lewis Hamilton.
Anything could happen. It's the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Lights down and away we go for one final time here in 2025. Antonelli off pole position, and it is a good start. Russell's had a blinder, but Leclerc comes back at him. It was nearly a 1-2 for Merc going into turns 2, but Leclerc putting up a very good fight. Antonelli leading off pole position. That's what you want to see. Lando Norris down in P5. I mean, a position like that would still be enough for him to clinch his first ever Drivers' World Championship, and obviously McLaren in this position still would, I think, have the constructors, so it's going to take a miracle and a disaster class from McLaren for us to maybe claim the championship. But yeah, nice one indeed, Russell. Good overtake, good overtake. Let's now hopefully stick this through to the end. Right, speed this through to the end of lap 1. Oh, look at that advantage we've got. Those late upgrades have worked wonders. You know what? I feel like in this season, you know, obviously there was that period where Antonelli was on a mad one and won quite a few races in, like, I would say the 2nd, 5th of the season, if we split it up into 5ths. I was going to say 3rd, but and then obviously Lando came very, very strong. But I think overall, in terms of our R&D development, you know, away from Antonelli's amazing performance in the middle part of the season, this Merc season, to me, looking back on it, looking over the performance chart, has kind of felt like one of those old school Red Bull seasons from like the start of the V6 era, where we've started a bit slow. We obviously had to close up the gap, and then we've ended so strong with like a really good car. It's just maybe a little bit too late in the day. You know, we haven't, you know, had the car for long enough to make use of it to claw back the advantage McLaren gained and the advantage Lando gained. We'll try our best as these two are side by side. Oi, oi, oi. This is going to get a bit awkward, lads. Can we please just keep it? You know what? I'm going to medium aggression. I don't need this. Let's avoid risk curves as well. We need to bring these tyre temps down ASAP. Right, Russell and Kimi are swapping. Now Leclerc's in the mixer as well. Oh, Leclerc's into the lead. So Antonelli maybe on the back foot, actually under pressure from Verstappen. And Leclerc goes for the pass on Russell. So Leclerc really turning up in this final race, compared to Hamilton, who's been the kind of lead man for Ferrari so far for most of this season. Right, Leclerc's broken DRS, but I think he's pushing a lot harder. We're now pushing back at him, and Antonelli might go for a move here. There he goes, and he has passed the Ferrari, but Leclerc comes back at him. Incredible fighting going on there between Leclerc and Antonelli. And Verstappen and Norris and Piastri all sticking with. Hamilton struggling. I think he's got car issues or a worn-out car at the end of this season, because he's struggling to even get past Lance Stroll here as Gasly faces a mechanical problem. Behrman in the top 10 for Haas, just behind Fernando Alonso, as we continue to try and put the pressure back on Leclerc. And we'll get the overtake there. We'll get the overtake. I think they'll be swapping basically for most of this first stint. So let's progress things to the second stint maybe and see what we can do there. Oh, hang on a minute though. Verstappen. Where has this come from? Max Verstappen's come out of nowhere, and the Red Bull all of a sudden is actually the one annoying us, and Leclerc's falling off a bit. Maybe, yeah, his tyre wear is rubbish. Leclerc's tyre is absolutely falling off the cliff there compared to ours relative, and Verstappen's made a move on Antonelli. And this is tasty. Russell v Verstappen at the top end of Formula 1 in this last race. Nothing to lose, really. Gloves are off, so what's going to happen here? Right, we're coming towards the pit stop window, maybe. And, well, Verstappen now leads, but he has consistently been here with our two drivers. Piastri now. Leclerc's fallen off so much that Piastri has overtaken him for P4. Norris struggling a bit, but he can take it easy. I think he's just taking the approach of let's not risk it, and we've got the championship in the bag. He's probably loving the low pressure stakes here of this finale. Hamilton's got past Stroll, but yeah, tough going as Lawson just manages to get that move actually quite nicely, that we cut onto that at the right time. But meanwhile, we've got Kimi closing up on Verstappen. It's time to pull the trigger soon though on the pit stops. I think I might go full out attack, you know, with the Antonelli. Let's go for it and then pit earlier. And now just push flat out, mate, if we can. Use that overtake. Yeah, there we go. Lots of good battery use there for Kimi. And he pushes past by 3.2 seconds. Oh, my word. This boy is on fire. But let's pit in now. And Russell, this is your chance now. Push. Right, Antonelli's in. Russell's time to push. He's overtaken Verstappen, so he's got that clean air that Kimi enjoyed. What's Verstappen going to do? Verstappen continues on with Russell. Lando's going to continue on. Hamilton is as well. Leclerc's been in already. Kimi, is it a good pit stop? Ooh, bit of a slow one. 3 seconds, but it's okay. It's okay. We come up behind Hamilton. Interesting. Interesting. Is Hamilton going to be a bit of a nuisance to us? Oh, Antonelli goes for the move on Lewis. Hamilton's come back at us. We need to re-overtake. Okay, he should get it here. He should get it here on the outside. Come on, son. Verstappen continues on. I think Russell had some serious good pace as well on the outlap. On the in-lap, sorry. As we now push away from Hamilton with Antonelli. As Hamilton continues to stick on the back of this with you, you know, he is actually seriously annoying us. He comes back at Kimi as Russell's now in clean air. Oh, is Kimi going to go for the move? He does on the inside. Incredible stuff. Wheel to wheel, he shoves Hamilton towards the runoff area. It's an aggressive move from Antonelli. This fight seems a little bit personal. Lewis pits now, so we're all on our own. Let's push a bit in the clean air. We're in P1 with Antonelli. Russell's P3. Verstappen's come out very far behind, but he's on the softs. Interesting. Okay. Well, the story of this stint has been this man, the Australian Oscar Piastri, really frustrating us, and he's the one now fighting us, and Antonelli and him swapping constantly. Russell in no man's land trying to catch up to them. Leclerc similar, trying to catch up, and Verstappen, he's on the softs, but they're going to wear out very quickly. So he is probably quite quick at the moment, but he will fall away. And then again, Lando's really just chilling at this point. Hamilton may bother him a little bit, but I think he knows he just wants to bring the car home for the championship's sake. Okay, we're getting Russell in play now. Russell is closing somewhat. These guys keep swapping as Antonelli just gets Piastri. I think we can get Russell involved in that fight. Verstappen's catching up to Leclerc, so going to be interesting to see what kind of pace he's still got after he gets the Ferrari. There's quite a bit of traffic there as well, though. Oh, big dive for Antonelli. I think we just need to push him flat out, you know. There we go. Gapping Piastri comfortably because I realized he's got like 45% tyre wear on the medium. So, yeah, good for Kimi to push away. Now we can chill out. Now that we've broken DRS. Verstappen's now overtaken or is overtaking Russell. Oh, it's close. Russell, really good defense there. Really good defense. Use deploy, mate. Use deploy. Verstappen comes through. Got caught by surprise there a little bit. I wasn't expecting Verstappen to catch us, actually. He's actually had very, very good pace on the soft compound. A compound that we're not planning to use today. Our strategy is going on to mediums at the end of this race to just be able to lean on them a bit harder. As we've nearly gained 4 seconds on Piastri. So Kimi is really in control of his race. When I'm telling him to push, he pushes like mad. Verstappen's pit again. And he's come out, how far behind? 29 seconds. He's actually very much in play, I think. He's very much in play. Right, I'm pushing both drivers, but saving fuel at this point. Lando, for the first time, does something quick in this last race. Pops in the fastest lap, so he's looking pretty good now. Right, let's pit in with Antonelli now. Medium tyre, yeah, get that on, son. Right, Kimi's in. Russell will continue on for one more lap. He's going to come in on the next lap for that medium. 2.7, better than the first pit stop. We come out. Where's Verstappen? Verstappen's there. We're going to come out ahead of Verstappen. Ahead of Piastri, maybe. Ooh, just about. Look how close that is. As Hadjar has crashed in the V-carb into the hairpin. But we come out side by side with Piastri into the hairpin. I think he actually might be ahead of us. Oh, that is close. Look at that. That's epic stuff. Right, Russell. Okay, pit stop, comes up behind Piastri, but comes out ahead of Verstappen, just about. You need to push straight away, mate, straight away. Oh, Verstappen's done us. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's all right, George. You need to heat up these mediums. They're stone cold right now. Verstappen's heated up his hards. Antonelli is third at the moment, so we're going to have to work for this race win. Leclerc is second. Lando's leading, but surely he has to pit. Or he might be doing a one-stop, you know. With that tyre wear level... With only, 15 laps to go, is that? Lando might be trying to win this race, to win the World Championship with a surprising one-stop. We're on a 2, obviously. We've got to get past this Ferrari ASAP. Oh, beautiful, mate. Antonelli in this particular save of ours, like... I know he's been good for us in like our creator team career mode, but this particular Antonelli AI that we've had in this video for this career save, he has been incredibly good for still only like 88 rated. Like, it's nuts. Leclerc's annoying us. We need to get away. Oh, Lando's fallen off. What's happened? What's happened for him? We both caught him. Leclerc and Antonelli both caught Lando and both overtook him with big ease. So he really is taking it very easy for the Drivers' Championship. I mean, fair play. Do the Alan Prost method just calculate the minimum you have to do today and just execute, you know? Why risk it? Why risk it? Whereas Russell, we need to get past this lap traffic to try and come back at Verstappen. Right, Russell's passed on Verstappen. Where is this going to be into? Is this the end of the back straight? I think it is. Yep, he's just going to get the elbow out and get the move finished at the exit of the chicane, I think, because the Red Bull initially is ahead, but I think he'll out-drag him. 10 laps to go. Antonelli leading the way. Leclerc has, I think he's pit again, hasn't he? Yeah, he's pit again. He's bailed out. Lando is actually going to try this one stop. It has meant that Piastri's overtaken him, but McLaren, they'll be taking this 2-3. And to be fair, we might ruin the party for McLaren with a double podium. We might knock off Lando. He may not be able to celebrate his Drivers' World Championship on the podium. You know, that's the only thing we can maybe take away from him. Yeah, Russell's got him. Yeah, well, he's going to celebrate the championship in his own garage, not on the podium, but it will still feel just as sweet, I'm sure. Russell's now looking for the move on Oscar Piastri. Oh, my word. What a man. I didn't think he was going to come back through, you know. I thought Piastri would have had him covered. So this is going to be a really strong end to the season if we can get a 1-2. That's how we roll, he says. That's how we roll. If we get a 1-2 here, this is a very strong end to the season. Maybe if you guys enjoyed this video enough, we need to come back for a part 2 and manage the entire next season, 2026, and see how we do continuing from this fine form. But this is going to be a real strong way to end it. As Lando pits, Lando bails for a victory lap, I guess. Is it a bit late for that? Is he going to gain the positions? I'm trying to do the maths here. With Antonelli in the lead, Lando's going to have to be absolutely rapid in order to catch up to at least maybe re-overtake and get back into 5th place to win the championship. Maybe there's a final twist coming through to some of the last laps here. I think McLaren and Lando bottled this. I think they have not done themselves any favor here. What a weird call to make a last-minute pit stop for the softs. Here we are then, last lap, and it's looking good mathematically. I mean, it's a 1-2 for Merck. What a way to end the season. We're not going to become the Constructors' champions, but still, in the first season, managing the Silver Arrows without Lewis Hamilton, what an incredible job we would have done to get one of our drivers the Drivers' World Championship. And it's going to be the youngster, it's going to be the Italian rocket ship, Kimi Antonelli. Because as we come through the final corners, Lando has not got the positions he needs, and Kimi will come across the line. We've won the Drivers' World Championship with Antonelli. What the hell has just happened there? What an insane conclusion to this championship, to this season, managing Mercedes without Lewis Hamilton. We didn't get the Constructors, but we did damn well without Lewis, because we won the Drivers' Championship with Kimi Antonelli. Guys, if you have enjoyed it, be sure to hit the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're around here, then do get subscribed for weekly Formula 1 content. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.